right? Okay, so up here, these big flex cartilages up here, that's a thyroid cartilage, okay? And you can see the rings on the trachea, okay? Lying behind the trachea is the esophagus, big flexible tube, okay? Coming down here a little bit, thymus. There's a little bit of thymus gland left in this guy. It lays right here, right above, just above where the heart is. On either side of the heart, we should have phrenic nerves, which are going to come down and innervate the diaphragm. And it hasn't been prosected out, but see that nice white line right there?
Oh, yeah.
That's the phrenic nerve coming all the way down.
Okay.
And there's one on each side
Okay.
to innervate each side of the diaphragm, which is this thing. Okay? This, of course, is lung, right? On each side. Coming down here, underneath the diaphragm, big organ right there is the liver. And the liver is actually attached to the underside of the diaphragm by the falciform ligament right there.
Okay.
Okay, it holds it up in place. If we pull this open a little bit and we look in here, here's your gallbladder right there. The duct coming out of the gallbladder right here is called the cystic duct. And we also have ducts coming in from other parts of the liver over here, coming in like this. These are hepatic ducts. They combined to form the common bile duct, which is this thing right here, if I can pick it up.
Okay.
Common bile duct.
Okay.
And there's also the pancreatic duct that comes in on the back side. So they all go in one tube. The bile, the stuff from the liver, and the stuff from the pancreas. So all go in through that common bile duct. Okay? Our esophagus comes down and goes through the diaphragm right here at the hiatus. Right, that's our esophagus right here, the white stuff.
Okay.
Goes through at the hiatus and comes out on the other side. Okay, so right here, come through. Okay, this top part of the stomach is called the fundus, and that's where right at the top you find the esophageal sphincter, right where the esophagus meets the stomach. Okay, so we come around the body of the stomach, and then this tail end down here is called the pyloric region of the stomach. Okay, where the stomach meets the duodenum, the first part of the small intestines, right here. See, it's like crimped a little bit right there. Kind of makes a little. Okay, that's where the pyloric sphincter is to regulate flow from the stomach to the duodenum, and that's also right where that common bile duct comes in. Right, right at the very, very beginning. Because once that sphincter releases a little spurt of that acid chyme coming from the stomach, it has to be neutralized immediately or it'll burn the duodenum. So that's why it comes in right here and the bile duct is right here.
Okay.
So it's like spurt neutralized
Oh, okay.
right away.
Cool.
Okay? So then it goes to this first part, this first little U-shaped part of the small intestines right here. That's the duodenum. That's where chemical digestion is completed. It's broken down as much as we can break it down. Okay? From the duodenum then, we need all the rest of this intestine for absorption. Okay? So all this curlicue, the real curly part here, this is all jejunum. And then the last couple of inches, before we get to the large intestines, I can find the large intestines, coming down here, this last few inches is the ileum. And where that ileum meets the large intestines, which is this, right? See how much larger the diameter is here? So this is our small intestines coming in. This is our ileum. Where it meets the large intestine, there's a valve to regulate flow from the small intestines into the large intestines. That's the ileocecal valve. And this little nub here, hanging off the end, is the cecum. This would be where our appendix would be. Okay? And if we put this in the right orientation, then you have your ascending, your transverse, and your descending, right? And the descending colon is held in position up against the back body wall by this mesocolon to keep it in the right orientation.
Okay.
And then down here would be the rectum for storage and compaction of the waste, and elimination eventually through the anus.
Okay. So there's no real like section between transverse, ascending, and descending.
No, it's just how it's oriented in the abdominal pelvic cavity, like that.
Cool.
Okay, because our gut isn't just all thrown in there in a mash, right? It's actually in a very specific orientation. And then if we look at some of this mesentery here, we pull this open, you see all these blood vessels. So that nutrients are being absorbed by the villi and the microvilli in the intestines, coming into the blood. Eventually that all leads to the liver where it's filtered and then out to the body. Okay? The pancreas runs under the stomach from the spleen onto the duodenum. So if we find our duodenum, this tissue right here, this is all pancreas tissue coming here. This is all pancreas tissue, right over onto the spleen. Okay, this is all pancreas right here, all this stuff. Okay? And this, of course, this big thing here is the spleen.
Our giant spleen cat.
Yeah. We had one that must have had some sort of a disease condition one time because the spleen was like, literally was like this big.
Oh my God.
It was gross. This is the greater omentum, right? Attached to the greater curvature of the stomach. This gooey stuff up here is the lesser omentum attached to the lesser curve of the stomach. Okay. What else?
I think that's
I think that's about good, except for the glands, which
Yeah.
we can't really see in this cat. Okay, and then our pluck. Good with the pluck.
Plucky pluck.
Pluck's pretty simple. Right, so this is in our cat. Yeah, right. Big cat. Be like this in the sheep. Right? So these are your lungs up against the back. This is the heart. This is the trachea. You can see one of those C-shaped cartilage.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. See, this one's not. This isn't the coracoid because it's not
All the
complete,
way around, yeah.
right? But you can see it's really hard. Okay. So we follow this down here. We see this first big split here. This first big V. These are the primary right and left bronchi. And then once we get into the lung itself, they immediately split again.
Yep.
Those are the secondary bronchi, and then they get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and dead end in the alveoli. Okay? The root, when it talks about the root of the lung, it's just where that primary bronchus actually goes into the lung tissue because it carries the nerve and the artery and the
Okay,
vein
so
with it.
either one.
Primary or
either-
root is fine.
okay.
It's fine.
But I mean, it's like either one split, or is it just this one
What?
area? So this is primary and this is primary?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a primary right and left.
Okay.
Okay?
Okie dokie.
And you can't really see anything. Oh, you can see some of the membrane here. Right, so this is that's the visceral pleura, right?
Yep.
Visceral pleura.
Alrighty.